với tỷ số 1-0 với bàn thắng duy nhất của Amaran.
Eastern, the games move to Fox, and court is in session when the Baltimore Orioles meet the judge, gone, and jury. Can the O's beat the Rap?
He's doing everything right.
Don't miss Major League Baseball, Saturday at 4 Eastern on FS1. Then at 7 Eastern on Fox.
No mercy.
Something's coming. I can see it.
We're brothers.
We're brothers?
Do you like to see your brothers suffer?
Brothers argue.
You want the ball. I want the ball too.
Time out.
I feel I'm the best. I want to cover the best.
Are you sure you're still in the Hall of Fame?
Stop playing, Skip.
I said it.
We have something that no other team has.
Hop on the bandwagon. It could be a fun ride for you.
Choose a side.
Boom.
America's fastest growing sports show.
This is undisputed.
Well, some might have thought this was the way it would go here today. As you look at Rafael Dudamel of Venezuela, they come back late in this one after being down 1-0 on a Samuel Sosa free kick, and it's on to penalty kicks now. Glenn Davis, Tony Meola. And Tony, what goes through the thoughts and minds of managers here now is they pick their penalty takers?
Well, I think you look these guys in the eye and you ask who wants to take a penalty kick. You certainly probably have rehearsed these. You've got an idea of who your best are, but you want them to feel confident stepping up.
Second time using the ABBA penalty kick format here, and you see how the order works here. And that's essentially, I would say, Tony, so that one team is not always going first.
Yeah, well, we'll have to see. It's obviously a new experiment here. It looks like FIFA is going to go with it for a little while. In the end, each team will have 5, Glenn, no matter how you slice it.
Whichever team goes first, and the opposing team will get 2 consecutive penalties there. Uruguay has won 5 of 8 penalty shootouts in their history at the FIFA Under-20 World Cup, including in the quarterfinals when they knocked off one of the tournament favorites, Portugal, 5-4 on penalties. So they've been in a penalty situation so far in this tournament. Venezuela has not. Do you consider that any sort of advantage?
Well, as we talked about earlier, you think you might have a little bit of confidence, especially somebody who's gone up and taken one. You might also look at it from the other angle. Venezuela has studied Uruguay's penalty kicks, I'm assuming, has them all charted. Now you have to make a decision. Do they go the same way? Does the shooter go the opposite way because they've already taken one? So there's that sort of head game that's played. From a goalkeeping standpoint, I would think if anyone has the advantage, it's Mele because he's been in there. He's been under this pressure before, but Fariñas and Mele were both outstanding throughout the game, so only for that reason would I give Mele maybe a slight advantage. But as far as goalkeeping, they've been pretty darn good the entire night.
Both look like great shot stoppers. Yeah. The guy that can pull a play to win it for you.
Both athletic. Fariñas maybe a bit more athletic than Mele. We'll get a pretty good look at how they approach these.
Fabian Coito, the manager of Uruguay, looking on. It will be Venezuela to shoot first. And Peñaranda is stepping up. So one of the big stars of Venezuela, hoping to set the tone here early. Adalberto Peñaranda. Against Mele. Peñaranda. In it goes. It's a good start for the Vino Tinto. Peñaranda has produced the first penalty kick here.
Almost down the middle here. Mele goes a little early, makes it easy on Peñaranda. Let's see, he has a look. Rolls in the middle third of that net. Good penalty kick.
Grab confidence from one of your big stars right away from the penalty spot. Coming up now, Federico Valverde for Uruguay. His penalty is a good one. Smashes it in.
If he doesn't hit that one with pace, Fariñez guessed right, maybe a little low. Hits it over Fariñez, it looks like, as he's off-centered. Yeah, just too much power, but if he doesn't have that much power on it, give him credit. Fariñez would have had an opportunity at that one.
Now in this format, Uruguay will now take a second consecutive penalty here.
So I think this is an advantage for the goalkeeper here. Can get a little rhythm.
Jose Rodriguez against Fariñez. Rodriguez saved Fariñez. Seemed as though it was a penalty he read. Not the most confident.
No, and you have to hit it with pace. We'll have a look here. It's not that far to the corner. It's not a very difficult save once it's there for Fariñez. He makes the right decision. He throws out his right arm to sort of throw off the shooter. Rodriguez, who has been outstanding the entire day, misses that one. Advantage now, Venezuela. It's not a very good penalty kick, Glenn.
Well, you said it. He was outstanding over the course of this match.
Now he'll hope Mele can bail him out.
Look at the emotion of the manager, Rafael Dudamel, and the staff of Uruguay and Fabian Coito. From the spot we go, it's Venezuela. They've hit again. It's an excellent penalty from Samuel Sosa, who scored the free kick to get them into extra time, and they are up after 2 rounds, 2-1 Venezuela.
See an early step there, far too early for Mele, makes it too easy for Sosa. As we saw, he can do it from 25, he now can do it from the spot.
With the emotion and passion in the eyes and face of Dudamel. Ronald Hernandez. Another outside back that really did a tremendous amount of running as well.
They put some miles in these, both sides, the fullbacks.
This would be a 3rd consecutive penalty from Venezuela if Hernandez were to score here. Hernandez blasts it in. Lower corner, hit with power. What a penalty from Hernandez.
That's another very good one. As you mentioned, hit with power. Even if the goalkeeper goes that way, Mele will still have a problem parrying it away. You see Venezuela can feel it at the moment.
Huge pressure now on Uruguay. Coming up to naked is Agustin Canobio. Canobio got a hand to it.
Wow.
Did Fariñez, but it goes in. Uruguay still alive.
Boy, that's 3 times Fariñez has gone right. Once he made the save, once he just missed it. And this one, oh, he'll want that one back. He had 2 hands. As he starts to lean back here, right there at the end, Glenn, that's where the parry goes backwards. If he continues to keep his head forward, he pushes that one wide. Boy, that's one that could have won it here for Venezuela.
After 3 rounds, it's 3-2 Venezuela. Coming up now for Uruguay, Rodrigo Betancourt. Betancourt has scored. It's 3-3. as Venezuela steps up for their fourth penalty.
Good penalty kick here by Betancourt. He puts himself in a position, if he wants to go right, he can. If he sees the goalkeeper go that way, it's easy to pull back to his left.
Next two penalties for Venezuela. And if they make them both, they will go to the World Cup final. Jefferson Soteldo. Look at this emotion. Soteldo.
Like it came off the crossbar there.
Denied.
Wasn't sure, Glenn, if it hit that back stanchion. As we see here, right off the middle of the crossbar, and didn't have to do that much with it. You can see him looking at the goalkeeper. Once he made his decision and saw the goalkeeper go to his left, goalkeeper's right, he could have rolled it in the opposite side of the net, but that was the break that Uruguay needed. Now, pressure on Venezuela.
Into the final round here, we are tied. Coming up for Venezuela, Yangel Herrera. Herrera has scored. What a penalty from Herrera. The pressure is now on Uruguay. They must score here
what a good
to continue on.
This is a good one. About as well as you can take it. He sees the goalkeeper. Still, melee goes a little bit too early for me. Makes it easy for Herrera.
Save or a miss here, and Venezuela will advance. And look who's coming up to take the captain, Nicolas de la Cruz. De la Cruz, it's saved, it's over. Venezuela will go to the Under-20 FIFA World Cup final. Who would have thought Nicolas de la Cruz would be denied?
Boy, when De La Cruz goes back and looks at his World Cup semifinals, that will be what he remembers. But this is the cruelty of the game, as he was probably the best player on the field over the course of 120 minutes. And penalty kicks is what he will remember. Give Venezuela credit. Give Farinez credit. Give that man Dudamel credit, as they're headed to the finals.
First time in history, what a moment it is for Venezuela. They will await the winner of Italy and England. It will set up in Suwon a final between South America and Europe. What a moment it is for Venezuela. And don't forget, later on, Italy, England, 6:50 a.m. Eastern Time, right here on
Từ 11m và loạt sút này thì các cầu thủ U20 Venezuela đã giành chiến thắng với tỷ số là 4-3 để ghi tên mình vào trận chung kết. Quý vị và thân mến, buổi tường thuật của Đài Truyền Việt Nam, trận bán kết đầu tiên của FIFA U20 Thế giới năm 2017 giữa hai đội U20 Venezuela và U20 Uruguay sẽ được dừng lại ở đây. Cảm ơn quý vị và các bạn đã dành thời gian quan tâm theo dõi. Và ngay sau đây sẽ là những diễn biến của trận bán kết thứ hai của giải đấu giữa U20 Anh và U20 Italia.
Hiệp 2 của trận đấu giữa đội tuyển U20 Uruguay và đội tuyển U20 Venezuela đã diễn ra hấp dẫn hơn nhiều. Ở đầu hiệp đấu, trọng tài đã nhờ công nghệ video hỗ trợ để xác định có một tình huống đá luân lưu cho đội tuyển U20 Uruguay. Và đội trưởng của họ De La Cruz là người đã mở tỷ số trận đấu. Một cầu thủ mà sẽ còn được nhắc tới nhiều trong trận đấu này với những tình huống đá 11m. Đây là tình huống đá 11m thứ 3 của De La Cruz ở giải năm nay và đáng ra U20 Uruguay đã có thể khép lại trận đấu nếu Skia PC dứt điểm chính xác hơn trong pha bóng này. Một tình huống bỏ lỡ đáng tiếc, nếu không U20 Uruguay đã có tỷ số 2-0. Và những phút bù giờ, Sosa, cầu thủ vào sân từ ghế dự bị thay cho Cordova đã gỡ hòa cho đội tuyển U20 Venezuela. Trận đấu phải bước vào 30 phút hiệp phụ và đây không có thêm bàn thắng nào được ghi. Và thêm một lần nữa ở giải năm nay, đội tuyển U20 Uruguay phải bước vào loạt đá luân lưu 11m. Lần này thì họ đã không thành công. Sự xuất sắc thuộc về thủ môn của U20 Venezuela và U20 Venezuela đã làm nên lịch sử khi lần đầu tiên lọt vào chung kết của FIFA U20 thế giới. Thưa quý vị, lần thứ 5 kể từ vòng 1/8 của FIFA U20 thế giới năm nay, trận đấu phải thi đấu thêm 120 phút và lần thứ 2 trận đấu phải bước vào loạt đá luân lưu và cuối cùng thì như người ta vẫn nói là không mai tắm 2 lần trên một dòng sông. Đội tuyển U20 Uruguay thứ hai vị khách mời họ đã làm được điều đó ở vòng tứ kết, nhưng cuối cùng vòng bán kết thì sự xuất sắc thuộc về U20 Venezuela. Anh Tuấn Anh, người đã có một trận đấu rất là cảm xúc với rất là nhiều những diễn biến kịch tính.
Trong hai đội U20 Venezuela hay là U20 Uruguay cũng xứng đáng để cái mình chung kết thôi. Vấn đề là may mắn thuộc về đội nào. Và quả thực rằng là ở loạt sút lưu 11m thì tôi nghĩ rằng là chính cái sự chủ quan phần nào là do màn trình diễn của thủ môn Mele ở tứ kết gặp U20 Bồ Đào Nha, cho nên là trong trận đấu ngày hôm nay thì các cầu thủ U20 của Uruguay đã không thực hiện tốt và thủ môn của họ phán đoán cũng không được tốt như ở trận đấu trước. Trong khi đó thì tôi nghĩ rằng là các cầu thủ U20 của Venezuela họ đã chuẩn bị rất kỹ cho kịch bản phải bước vào loạt sút lưu 11m và phần thưởng cho họ là thủ môn Farenes đã có tới 3 tình huống phán đoán đúng hướng và trong đó có 2 tình huống cản phá thành công và đã giúp cho đội bóng này lần đầu tiên làm nên lịch sử ghi tên mình vào trận chung kết của FIFA U20 thế giới.
Vâng, rõ ràng là một chiến thắng mà có thể nói là đến loạt đá luân lưu thì đội nào thắng cũng xứng đáng thôi, và chúng ta đã khép lại trận bán kết đầu tiên với chiến thắng thuộc về U20 Venezuela. Và sau đây thì chúng ta sẽ cùng hướng đến trận bán kết thứ 2 của giải đấu năm nay, trận đấu giữa đội tuyển U20 Anh và U20 Italia. Chúng ta sẽ tạm nghỉ trong vòng ít phút trước khi quay trở lại với Vâng, thưa quý vị khán giả, chúng ta quay trở lại với phần bình luận các trận đấu ở vòng bán kết của FIFA U20 thế giới. Trước mắt chúng ta sẽ là trận bán kết thứ 2, trận bán kết của hai đại diện đến từ châu Âu, đội tuyển U20 Anh và đội tuyển U20 Italia. Một trận đấu mà chắc chắn là cũng có nhiều điều để nói khi mà hai đại diện của châu Âu đã thể hiện những bộ mặt rất là khác nhau ở giải đấu năm nay cho anh Nguyễn Tùng.
Vâng, phải nói rằng là ở giải đấu này thì đội tuyển Anh ở cái vòng bảng và đến những vòng sau thì họ thể hiện tương đối là tốt, còn Italia thì là ở vòng bảng thì khá vất vả. Và càng vào sau thì họ lại càng có những cái trận đấu mà quật khởi với cái tinh thần mà bất khuất. Và đặc biệt là trận gặp Zambia, đội đương kim vô địch châu Phi, thì các thủ Italia đã cống hiến một trận đấu về mặt tinh thần mà nói thì tuyệt vời, 10 điểm. Và tôi cũng đang chờ đợi trận đấu ngày hôm nay các cầu thủ Italia sẽ thể hiện được một cái tinh thần như thế trước đội tuyển Anh, cũng đang rất là quyết tâm để lần đầu tiên giành được một cái vinh quang lớn ở giải đấu trẻ của tầm thế giới.
Đội tuyển U20 Italia thì đã giành chiến thắng trước đội tuyển U20 Anh ở bán kết giải U19 châu Âu năm ngoái. Cũng chính những cầu thủ này và năm nay họ gặp lại nhau. Trận trước thì U20 Italia đã gặp may mắn rồi. Không biết anh Tuấn Anh nghĩ rằng họ sẽ có may mắn và có cơ hội để một lần nữa giành chiến thắng trước đội tuyển U20 Anh không ạ?
Tôi nghĩ rằng là trong bóng đá thì bao giờ cũng vậy, không phải là cứ phối hợp đẹp, tấn công có nhiều cơ hội mà có thể giành chiến thắng, mà đội giành chiến thắng như ta nói rất là ngắn gọn, tức là đội ghi được nhiều bàn thắng hơn. Bởi vậy mà tôi tin rằng là ở trận đấu sắp tới giữa U20 Italia và U20 Anh thì đội bóng nào tận dụng được cơ hội tốt hơn thì sẽ giành chiến thắng. Còn quả thực mà nói thì nếu mà so sánh những cầu thủ trên hàng tấn công thì rất nhiều các nhà chuyên gia đều đánh giá là các cầu thủ U20 Anh sẽ có được nhiều cơ hội hơn. Nhưng mà tôi nghĩ rằng là với một lối chơi rất là khoa học và chặt chẽ và được thể hiện cái giá trị nó ở vòng tứ kết trước các cầu thủ U20 Pháp, rồi ở bán kết là trước một trận đấu đầy khó khăn trước U20 Zambia, thì tôi nghĩ rằng là trận đấu ngày hôm nay tiếp tục sẽ là một đấu pháp nữa thành công của cầu thủ U20 Italia.
Vâng, bây giờ thì chúng ta sẽ cùng tạm nghỉ trong ít phút trước khi quay trở lại với những thông tin đáng chú ý trước trận đấu này.
Hai đội bóng trẻ xuất sắc sẽ tranh tài để trở thành đại diện duy nhất của bóng đá châu Âu góp mặt trong trận chung kết. Bản lĩnh của U20 Italia hay tốc độ của U20 Anh sẽ làm nên chuyện. U20 Italia, U20 Anh, 18 giờ ngày 8 tháng 6, trực tiếp trên VTV6.
Những trận đấu ở FIFA U20 Thế giới năm nay đã có rất nhiều những bất ngờ và chúng ta sẽ cùng chờ đợi xem ở trận bán kết thứ hai giữa đội tuyển U20 Anh và U20 Italia kết quả sẽ như thế nào. Sau đây sẽ là hiệp 1 của trận đấu với phần bình luận của bình luận viên Quang Vinh.
Come on.
Quý vị và các bạn thân mến, xin mời quý vị và các bạn đến với sân vận động trơn tru để đón xem tiếp trận bán kết thứ hai tại FIFA U20 Thế giới 2017 giữa hai đội bóng đó là U20 Anh và U20 Italia. Công nghệ video hỗ trợ trọng tài cũng đã được sử dụng ở trong trận đấu bán kết đầu tiên Cuộc đối đầu giữa U20 Venezuela và U20 Uruguay. Và trải qua 120 phút đầy kịch tính cũng như là loạt đá penalty cân não thì các cầu thủ U20 Venezuela đã vượt qua U20 Uruguay để xuất hiện trong trận chung kết. Và bây giờ thì họ sẽ chờ đợi xem ai sẽ là đối thủ của họ trong trận chung kết của giải FIFA U20 Thế giới năm nay. Trên màn hình đó là ông Emberico Evani, huấn luyện viên trưởng của U20 Italia. Còn đây là ông Paul Simpson, người dẫn dắt U20 Anh. Số 3 Di Marco, số 5 Romagna, số 6 Cobolaro, số 7 Orsolini, số 8 Mandragora, số 9 Favilli, số 11 Pessina. Thành số 1 Goodman, số 2 Kenny, số 4 Cook, số 5 Tomori, số 6 Claire Santer, số 8 Maitland Nice, số 10 Sonla.
FS1, so you'll find out who Venezuela is going to ultimately play. For Tony Miola, I'm Glenn Davis, our entire crew. Thanks for tuning in.
Minute, England have the first corner kick of the match.
In today's matchup against Italy, Kenny on the right-hand side, terrific at getting forward. His productivity has always been excellent throughout this tournament.
It's taken short. Cook going towards that near post. Favilli, the forward, back in defending that area and does very well to clear the danger. Niles trying to win it back. The only pressure here from the English side under Paul Simpson. Coming off that 1-0 victory against Mexico. Some nervy moments in that one late on. Paul Simpson specifically speaking about how happy with the character and the nervous side showed late on.
Yeah, they did. They showed great character, and I think the nerves was always going to come into play. It means so much for both of these nations, really, to go all the way and make it into the final. I am really impressed with what England have done in this tournament so far. They're an exciting team. They're fun to watch. Very entertaining indeed. And I want to see more consistency from England. They will be tested today against an Italian side that were taken all the way through extra time in the previous round. I think this will be an interesting matchup. Do Italy have the legs? Can England find their consistency? We could be in for a few goals today.
The English lineup might have set the record for the most double-barrel last names in the World Cup we've seen so far. Ball played in behind. Favilli trying to turn, lays it back. Orsolini coming inside. He's outright top scorer in the World Cup now. Another stunning finish from the Juventus winger. And Italy are off the mark inside 3 minutes. 1-0.
Well, it's simply a great start for the Italians. Wonderful finish from Orsolini. We talked about his presence pre-game. It only took him one touch to find his presence in this matchup. That is an absolutely fantastic finish. Coming in from the flank, beautiful left-footed strike, but England's sucker punch, just sleeping defensively. They allowed far too much time to Favilli to pick up possession, but then to be able to find his player. England giving up a free kick, quickly taken, and then off at the races. That is a beautiful ball forward. Pessina playing the ball into Favilli, and there's the composure right there. It's a wonderful finish from Orsolini. Full credit to Favilli for the layoff, but that is a brilliant goal from the Italian point of view.
Half century of appearances for Ascoli. Juventus have paid a fee that could go up to 10 million euros. You can see why. A stunning finish. England trying to fight back at the opposite end. Now plays it out wide. And England actually started very well as well. The Italians on the counter-attack. And Orsolini, outright top scorer in the competition. One ahead of US striker Josh Sargent and co. And England have never trailed in this U20 World Cup. That has changed early on here. Favili, possession given away rather cheaply. Calvert-Lewin, Lewis-Cooke just trying to get control of the game. Incredible pace to start here in Jeonju World Cup Stadium.
You would expect it though, Keith. It is very frantic indeed. The energy is high, the tempo is high. Players are trying to just keep themselves composed, but it's difficult on this stage, at this level. Mentality always comes into play. You know, these players are tired. It's been a long tournament, but you also want to do so well for your country, for your nation. I think what we're seeing is a terrific start to the match from England. They've enjoyed a lot of the ball, but what a breakaway goal that was for Italy. We might see more of that as the game goes on. England are going to get desperate now.
Kenny trying to play a ball forward. It was a good entry pass in for Dominic Solanke. Ball played across for Jay Clark-Salter, another man who's come into that back four. A big blow not having Onama, who's had experience with the Tottenham first team as well, but that's not bad link-up play. Maitland-Niles looking to get on the end of it.
I think that's the criticism I can direct towards England from the previous matchup against Mexico. It was beautiful until they got around that Mexican box, and then it just sort of fell apart. That final pass wasn't quite clicking, and it's the same today. Only 5 minutes into the game, everything looks good for England, and all of a sudden once they get around that penalty area, it breaks down. They need to improve on that final pass.
Italy have had fast starts in this competition already, most notably going 2-0 up inside 10 minutes against Japan before being pegged back. They have conceded 6 goals. Not something you normally say about Italian teams, but they have been relatively shaky at the back. Ball back with Freddie Woodman. Ray Clark-Salter, the Chelsea man. The starting 11, predominantly Chelsea and Everton players. Madragora, the captain, back in the side after missing out last time. Tamori. Solanke just looking to link back with Lewis-Cooke. Let's see what the intentions were from Lewis-Cooke, but wasn't the greatest of first touches.
I'm quite surprised to see Italy just sitting back, allowing England to dominate in possession, and leaving their lone striker up front, Favili. England are happy to have the ball. And like I said just a moment ago, they have to do a better job once they get around that Italian area.
Attempted ball played in behind. Copolaro comes across and defends well. He and Romagna remaining the central defensive partnership for Italy. Well, goes all the way through for Woodman. Well, after that incredible pace over the first couple of minutes, the game just slowing down a little bit.
I think it had to, Keith. It was an incredible high tempo. It's difficult to keep up for 10-15 minutes, let alone 90. Good stuff.
Lookman just inside, allowing Walker-Peters to provide the width on this left-hand side. Goes back for Niles. Cooke. Tamori. Good play from Kenny, who's looked comfortable every time in possession from that right-back position.
I think it's safe to say that John Joe Kenny's been one of the better players in the tournament. Quietly goes about his business on that right-hand side for England, but gets forward so frequently.
Lewis-Cooke with a lovely shimmy. Just wrong foots the Italian midfielder without even touching the ball. Lookman. Was the contact with Riccardo Orsolini? He went down rather theatrically. Match referee Antonio Lajos.
I don't think there was any intention there from Lookman. Certainly caught the player. Orsolini went down rather theatrically, but you can see why. Caught a wrist to the face.
Andy Lookman signing for Everton in the January transfer window from Charlton, scoring in his debut against Manchester City, a 4-0 victory. Couldn't have asked for a better start. Here we see the goal again.
Great goal, Keith. Good ability. Favili actually loses his footing just as he's trying to turn that last defender, but the layoff is inch perfect. Look at the defending. Walker-Peters can't get there quick enough. Orsolini's very quick to get to the ball, and to hit it first time, it shows you the confidence he's got.
He made the finish look easy as well, didn't he?
Beautiful. You know, we did talk about him pre-game and the importance he's been for the Italian side, but you can see why he's so well thought of.
Ball played forward for Calvert-Lewin. Got Lukeman out wide and just couldn't connect on that pass. His fellow Everton winger, Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
That's the area, Keith, right there. Watching this England side, you know they've got the ability to improve in positions like that. They have to do a better job. That final pass is so important if they're to go to the final.
Zakana not very good with the ball at his feet on that occasion. Solanke looking to put a little bit of pressure on centrally. Vitali does well. He plays the ball forward to nobody in particular very early on here, but the Italians happy to just sit back and allow the England centre-backs to have it.
Well, they're playing a risky game here, the Italian side. Yes, they've got the advantage, but tactically they're just giving too much ball to England. And England will happy. They'll be playing with it. They'll play it left to right. They'll get around that penalty area, and eventually they'll find a breakthrough, or at least an opportunity to get that breakthrough. So Italy have to try and concentrate on the breakaway game. If they're going to play breakaway soccer, they have to invest bodies forward when it matters most. Can't just defend for the full 90 minutes.
Lukeman plays it to Niles. Walker-Peters. Lukeman. Very central position for him to begin with. Solanke on his left foot tries that pull back towards the edge of the box, and England have won another corner kick. Well, that was good movement from the English going forward.
Yeah, excellent stuff again from England. Pacina this time putting the ball out of play. He's taking no chances. He's under pressure inside his penalty area. Great skill and individual ability from Solanke.
Lewis Cook and Dow both looking to play a little short corner routine. Madragona, the captain, read the intentions of Dow. Walker-Peters has possession again for the English. Cook.
One thing about the English side, Keith, they haven't stopped playing. Even though they've gone a goal down, they're still playing the same way they started this game.
Lovely switch out wide. Dow with the header back in for Walker-Peters, who can come in on that right foot. Easily defended by Copolaro. The referee's whistle has gone. When you concede a goal that early in the game, what is the mindset for the players, the coach? Does anything change in terms of a game plan?
Well, it's difficult to keep your concentration when you concede so early, especially when you've dominated in possession. I mean, England have looked so good when they've got the ball. I reiterate, giving up possession of the ball in midfield, and that lack of concentration, a quickly taken free kick, and you're punished. All of a sudden, you might think the team will hit panic stations. It hasn't quite happened for England. I think defensively they've got to be tuned in. Clark Salter comes into the lineup today alongside Tomori, and they were opened up 2 minutes into this game. Defensively, that's where I might be a little bit nervous about this English side, because Italy look pretty good when they do go forward, even though they haven't done it frequently enough just yet.
DeMarco trying to get forward and get that cross in. It's deflected off an England defender. He played a very big part last year in that semi-final, getting both goals from set pieces to see the Italians move on to the European Championship final. The delivery towards an air post, and Freddie Woodman had to be alert, the goalkeeper, with very good handling.
Well, you mentioned it, Federico Di Marco, beautiful left foot. He'll get forward all day long. Free kicks, set plays around that penalty area. England have to be very careful.
England give possession away here. The Italians have it. Italy wanted it central. Pavilli again. Orsolini providing width on this right hand side. We know he can come in on that left foot. Curl delivery with that left foot, and it's good defending from Tomori. Orsolini again, and when the confidence is flowing, you'll try just about anything. You wouldn't put it past him to score from there.
No, he's got the ability to do so, that's for sure. Certainly the confidence is there for all to see. I've been impressed so far with the Italian side. I really have been. They're playing some good stuff on the breakaway. And throughout the tournament, they've shown a pure determination to make it this far in the tournament so far. Has been impressive. They don't seem rattled by this quality of this England side at all.
The Italians only involved in 6 under-21 World Youth Championships quarterfinals 3 times, the last in 2009, and this the very first tournament since 2009.
Great ball.
Solanke on the turn, tries to thread that ball through, and two defenders getting in the way. It eventually goes through for Zaccagno, but it was good movement further forward from Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
I think Paul Simpson will be happy. This is good defending from Romagna, number 5 for the Italian defence. Look at him right in the centre of your picture. He makes the immediate contact right there. That's just enough to take it away from England's possession. Calvert-Lewin almost got on the end of that pass.
We've seen Solanke at the Chelsea youth level play as a striker. He seems to play that withdrawn role more for the English national setup.
It's amazing to see the controversy surrounding his career. Such a talent. Everybody knows he's a good player. He's got a great name, good recognition already without doing too much in a professional game. But you can see why. I mean, his ability, his confidence. Look how high he's playing in this field. You mentioned it. He's right behind the striker, if not supporting Calvert-Lewin.
Lookman again, good skill from the winger. Kenny making the run on that far side, tried to thread the ball through, found the gap, just a little bit too much on the pass, and Jonjoe Kenny happy with the idea.
Great run forward again from Jonjoe Kenny, but this is the part of the game that Ade Lookman needs to improve on. His final pass, decision making when it matters most, when to release the ball. He's a wonderful player. When he's got the ball at his feet, he can beat anyone in the game. He's that good. But that final pass has to come. It's got to improve.
Pessina and the Italians looking to play out of the back. England looking to high pressure. And Paul Simpson's men have possession back. Jay Clark-Salter. Kyle Walker-Peters again trying to drive forward. This time Lookman stays in a wide position. It is Lookman. Chip ball towards the far post. It went all the way through. I don't think Kieran Dowell felt like it was going to make it to his foot. And that one goes just over. Real opportunity.
I just criticised his final pass. How about this for a delivery from Lookman? That is inch perfect. I don't think that Dowell knew too much about it. He surprised the ball, made it all the way there, until he just caught defensively. At that vital moment, he just switch off. Right there. I think DeMarco should just take control of that situation and clear the danger. He doesn't do it. And Kieran Dowell, slightly surprised the ball found its way there.
He hasn't always been first choice, DeMarco. We know what he gives going forward. Pezzella suspended for today's matchup, and it's defensive lapses like that that could lose DeMarco his place if the Italians do go through to the final.
What a ball that was from Lookman. No doubt about it, he's got the ability, but that final pass just needs to improve.
That was the commentator curse in reverse.
I'll take it. If he can continue to produce like that, it'll make me a very happy man in the booth today.
Well, Salter comes out, gets his defensive header in well. Mattia Vitale. 4-1-4-1 system from the Italians. That ball from Rolando Madragora, a very difficult angle to play that one through, and it goes all the way to Freddie Woodman.
He's another big time player for the Italian team. Mandragora, very important. Obviously missing in the last game. Now he comes back in, he's leading the team. He's an important player. If Italy are to play the breakaway game, they need a good passer out of midfield. He could be that man.
Lewis Cook. Calvert-Lewin coming back in and getting in touch. Lookman again trying to attack inside on Orsolini. Niles. Cook. Very busy in midfield so far, Lewis Cook, who had a stop-start season through injury at Bournemouth. Solanke plays it out wide for Kenny, and he tried to just wrap his right foot around it, and in the end it wasn't a desired result.
Well, you can see what he was trying to do there, Jonjoe Kelly. Just fire the ball into the danger zone. Didn't quite work out for him, but again, it's pretty stuff from England. From left to right, just keeping possession of the ball. They're very confident, these players. This is an exciting England side, but I still think there's more to come, Keith. Once they get into that final third, the decision making, the final pass, the product has to improve. They've got the ability to do it.
Strong header clear from Kyle Walker-Peters. Ball back in, and again cleared by England. Alemania comes out and tries to win it back. Mandragora just trying to edge it forward for the Italians, but once again Lewis Cooke with a calm head, just playing it across for Fikayo Tomori.
See, this is where England are good. When they've got the ball defensively, both fullbacks get forward. They're very good at keeping possession. And I'm surprised Italy are happy to sit back and allow England to have it.
It's actually England's 4th game inside this stadium in the competition, so in familiar surroundings. First time Italy have played at the Jeonju World Cup Stadium. Jonjo Kenny goes back for Tomori. Cross for Jay Clark-Salter. Cooke. Kenny Dowell just inside of him. 2 Everton men on that side. Cooke, very good entry pass again, looking for the feet of Dominic Calvert-Lewin, another Everton player. It's a little bit too much on the pass for him to keep on it.
Yeah, difficult one for Calvert-Lewin to just bring down under control. Nice.
Orsolini in that dangerous central role, trying to thread the ball through. Freddie Woodman had to be alert. And Nico on that left hand side. He's not involved too often so far, Orsolini, but when he is, there's an element of threat to that English back line.
It's incredible watching this Italian side play, Keith. They're sitting back, they're allowing England to play the ball around from left to right. They're happy for the English side to have it. But on the breakaway, they actually look the more dangerous side. Their passing is excellent.
DeMarco. Good ball inside from DeMarco. Good movement further forward as well. And again, Orsolini just picking up that position wide on this right-hand side. On this occasion, Kyle Walker-Peters' defensive positioning was very good. Lukeman. Ainsley Maitland-Niles made his debut back in 2014 in the Champions League game for Arsenal. Hasn't really kicked on since then. A big loan spell at Ipswich in 2015 to 16. Cooke. And again, Calvert-Lewin just dropping off to get it to his feet, and the fullback wasn't reading his intentions, went for the longer ball.
It's around about the same stage against Mexico, where England just started to die off the tempo, the energy, and the quality just slowly withered. You want to see this England side just be patient with the ball. If Italy are going to sit back and defend and tactically allow England to have the ball, keep possession. Wait until you get those clear chances to fire the ball into a danger zone to create an opportunity. Don't try to rush the ball or force it through. Easier said than done though when you're 1-0 down in the semi-final of a World Cup.
Lukeman again, just trying to forage away forward on that left-hand side. He loses possession. Orsolini, Pavilli further forward. Ball out onto that left-hand side with Giuseppe Panico. Long-range hit. Mandragora. Not how he scripted it.
Well, he's slightly under pressure here from Solanke, who got back well. I think he's just had a little word with the referee, Mandragora there. He was pushed off balance as he struck it.
One of the Juventus contingent in this Italian U20 side. Juventus, of course, coming off a Champions League final appearance. So many great young players coming through under Max Allegri, who's just signed a new contract with the club as well.
It's amazing when you go through the history of the majority of these Italian players. They all have ties to Juventus in some way. Nice pass.
Calvert-Lewin opens up a little bit of space. Jonjo Kenny crossing towards the near post, and Dowell trying to attack it. Wasn't too far away. Cooke from distance. It opened up for the Bournemouth midfielder. He just couldn't find a target.
Well, it's a perfect opportunity to strike from distance. England doing a fine job on that right-hand side again. Jonjo Kenny getting forward. Beautiful delivery this time. He's not far away from finding that connection. Well cleared from the Italians, but full credit to England. They keep the pressure up. A strike from distance in the end from Lewis Cooke. Not the strike he wanted, but worth the effort.
The Bournemouth with high expectations started in the defeat to Manchester United at the start of the Premier League season, and then those ankle issues throughout the campaign limited his appearances on the field. So it'd be good for him to get these games ahead of a new Premier League season.
Oh, it's great. You've talked about many players. Lewis Cooke is one of them who's getting his opportunity at the highest level if he can keep himself healthy. I think if you look at Maitland-Niles, you mentioned it a moment ago, consistency. He had his debut years ago, but opportunities to play in tournaments like this, to be spotted, is so important. He's actually started the game very well indeed.
Well, here's Maitland-Niles playing that ball forward for Solanke. Dowell continuing his run. Calvert-Lewin again just struggling under a little bit of pressure to hold on to that ball and bring his midfielders into it.
Well, there's a couple of them. Adam Armstrong, the one who he's replaced in today's lineup, Calvert-Lewin. He struggled against Mexico to actually link up with his midfielders. It's not an easy task though. If you're that lone striker up top, you need your midfield to find better passes into you, especially against this Italian side that's so defensive minded. England just need to improve in that final third. Everything up until that Italian penalty area looked beautiful.
Here is Cooke again. Trying to just thread that ball through for Lookman. He does well to win it back ahead of Orsolini, but he impedes the Juventus winger going forward. The Italians will have the free kick. To your point on the experience of the group, 72 Premier League appearances between the entire England squad. We're hitting that age where the next level has to be reached pretty quickly.
Well, it's not a lot of appearances. 72 from, what, 20 odd players? That's not a lot. It needs to improve, but it's difficult to get opportunities in the Premier League. You know, these players are forced to go out on loan, play in the Championship, which is a very competitive level, and even go on loan to smaller clubs in the Premier League to get their opportunities to play in the first team. And if you were to compare that to the German side, or even the Italian side, the French side, the Spanish side, a lot more youngsters are getting their chance to play at the top level in those domestic leagues. It's much more difficult for these English boys, but I give them a lot of credit. The English clubs have invested heavily in youth, and the talent level on display is frighteningly high.
Lookman just trying to get in behind Giuseppe Scalera. Scalera does well defensively.
He's got his work cut out for him today. Harry Lookman, slightly frustrated. That's very good defending from Scalera.
This is England's first U20 World Cup semi-final since 1993. And of that group, only 4 players went on to play for the full national team. So playing at this level doesn't necessarily equate to all of a sudden becoming a full international. Something I'm sure Paul Simpson has made the players aware of. The real battles still to come. Dowell wide for John Joe Kenny. Cooke again driving forward. Cooke, Peters, that's a late challenge from Orsolini. The referee's going to go immediately to the notebook. It's a yellow card for the Juve winger. Perhaps the referee could have played advantage, though the ball was in England's possession in that wide area.
Also making sure that Orsolini apologises for that challenge. It is a late challenge. Yellow card looks to be the right decision. You know, the surface comes into play. It's a little bit of wet surface out there. Easy to go to ground and slide into the player. It's a nice little touch from Lookman. Not much Orsolini can do once he's committed to the challenge. He has conceded this free kick. Dangerous position. Good chance for England.
Dowell, potential left-footed delivery. Lewis Cooke over it as well. Obvious targets. Tamore, Solanke. Solanke currently just standing in an offside position. I'm sure that will change. Cooke tries to play that ball in behind, looking for Solanke, and well, it couldn't have been any more easily read by the Italians. Wasted opportunity from the English.
Big time. What a chance that was. Awful free kick. It's not what Lewis Cooke was looking for. I'm actually surprised that the Italian side just gave up possession so quickly back to the England team. They could have gone on the counter-attack right there.
Dal, Niles. In for Calvert-Lewin, and again possession given away. Now the Italians have numbers. The break was being led by Pessina. DeMarco gets it forward for Favilli. Mandragora, the captain, good movement. A very good move from the Italians, and they'll win a corner kick. DeMarco heavily involved on that left-hand side.
Well, that's what he can bring to this Italian side. DeMarco getting forward, linking up beautifully well. It's well played. Mandragora with a cutback. DeMarco almost trying to side-foot it into the far corner. Might have been better going for power, but great run forward. There's that left foot that everybody wants to see.
Corner kick, low and towards the near post, and it wasn't a convincing clearance. Andrea Favilli was attacking it. It's going to be another corner kick. Giuseppe Panica will be on it. Again, it's not a great delivery. This time Dal does slightly better on the clearance, but not much.
2 poor corner kicks. Right there from the Italian side. Would expect a lot better.
Federico DeMarco, Internazionale youth product. Made his debut in December of 2014 in the Europa League, but since then he's gone on loan to Empoli. Got a loan spell at Ascoli as well, the fullback. There's confirmation, the only goal coming in the 2nd minute, and it's the tournament's top scorer striking again. Riccardo Orsolini with a goal. And if you miss, you're going to see it again at half-time. A super finish from the new Juventus winger.
That's the only real chance we've seen from England and Italy. We haven't seen much of opportunity in front of goal. And both sides are playing some pretty stuff in the middle of the field, but chances have been few and far between. I think that final product has been really disappointing from both sides.
Filippo Romagna, another Juve man on loan currently at Brescia, tries to find Orsolini. Walker Peters does well, and Orsolini, such a menace, trying to get in behind on the other side and forces the fullback to give away a corner kick.
Yeah, disappointing defender from Walker Peters. Failed to make a decision early, was left to just put a ball out of play and deal with that situation at the last second. Didn't really have an idea in his mind of what he wanted to do defensively, and in the end he's given up a needless corner kick.
Vitale, left-footed delivery towards that near post. Dal this time, strong defensive header. Pessina trying to go for goal from distance. Lukman looking to lead the counter-attack charge, and he's won the English the free kick.
The Italians are certainly getting stuck into the English players here. England just need to do a better job of keeping possession of the ball when they're trying to counter-attack to break forward. The Italian side are playing aggressive.
And Paul Simpson having a word with the referee Antonio Lajos, but both of them smiling throughout the conversation. We do like to see that. Lajos a La Liga referee since 2008.
I think Paul Simpson will be a little disappointed with his side. The opening 30 minutes of this game, he knows the ability and the potential that they have. They haven't really done it just yet. They haven't really turned it on.
Solanke trying to thread that ball through for Niles, who'd made his very first advance run forward. Switch from Mandragora. DeMarco. It was a tight affair in the semi-final in the European Championships last summer in Germany as well. The Italians ultimately going through by 2-1. They were then defeated 4-0 in the final by France. They got the revenge on France earlier in this competition. Although it should be noted, a France side without a certain Kylian Mbappe, who played in the European Championships last summer. He's moved on to the full national team.
It's a good battle between these two sides. You can clearly see there's not much between them. If they've got a game plan, they're more defensive-minded. England are trying to break that down. Not easy to do.
Cooke plays John Joe Kenny, and nice giveaway from Kenny. DeMarco. Good ball from DeMarco. Panico. Favilli making the run further forward, and well read. Bakayo Tomori, the Chelsea man. And once again, England struggling with that final ball into that attacking third. Seen very little of Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
What a chance that was for Italy on the breakaway. Again, poor pass in Panico. He had two good options. DeMarco had made a great run in behind after winning possession. Favilli had made a good run behind. That last defender, Tomori, the pass doesn't come.
Favilli, it was a strong holder play, and then a needless pass back to one of his centre-backs. Not sure they'll be thanking him for that. Scalera forced out of play, and it's going to be an England ball on this near side.
It's a really good battle between those two. Harry Lookman and Scalera really going at it. Scalera more aggressive defender. Lookman trying to run 1v1. Create chances, make it happen. He's finding it difficult to do so against a very good defender.
Scalera, very highly rated. He's at Bari and was signed on loan by Fiorentina in Serie A. They felt he was ready to play at the very top level. Lookman. Brings that ball out wide, and Dowell took it very early on his left foot. His intention not unlike we saw from Orsolini earlier on, but the end product very different.
Well, it's a difficult one to strike first time. They do a great job, England, of winning the ball back. Maitland-Niles does an excellent job, but look at this pass. It's far too aggressive. It's hard. I think Dowell might have been better just taking a touch and slowing it down. Rash attempt in the end, way off target. England look slightly nervous once they get into that Italian third.
And it was an issue in that Mexico game as well, killing it off even though they were ahead against Mexico. Struggled to create that many clear-cut opportunities.
I couldn't agree with you more.
This man doesn't struggle to create. Orsolini, good defending from Walker-Peters. The clearance from J. Clark-Salter. If it stays this way, do you see Simpson maybe changing the shape of the team in the second half to be that a little bit more creative?
I think he's very frustrated right now watching his side play, because he knows the potential. He knows how good they are going forward. They haven't showed it in that final third. Up until that point, they actually looked pretty good.
Going to see another yellow card shown. This time Favilli coming back in, trying to do a bit of defensive work. Cooke again driving forward.
Can't be too many arguments about that challenge. Great run forward, nice little final touch there from Cooke. He takes the studs on the top of his boot. Clear yellow.
Lookman on his right foot, takes a deflection. That could have gone anywhere. Luckily for Andrea Zaccano, it was right at the goalkeeper. And he has looked lively so far. Harry Lookman. DeMarco going back to Copolaro. Much better from the Italians, playing out of that high English press. Mandragora happy to go back to his centre-back, and I said they played out. They've gone all the way back to the goalkeeper again.
Well, England are starting to tire, and Italy are starting to have more possession of the ball without doing much with it. They're happy to just have it defensively.
Scalera a little bit short with that pass back in for Amagna. We're going to look at Andrea Favilli. One goal in the competition so far for him. The second in that victory over South Africa.
He's done a good job today, Favilli. When called upon, he's held up possession. He's invited the players around him to join the attack. He's closed down quickly. Very difficult role to play as that lone striker up top.
Niles and Cooke linking in the middle of midfield. Cooke looking for that switch to J. Clark-Salter. Carl Walker-Peters now trying to drive forward. Lookman, good pressure from Scalera. Lookman maintains possession though. Niles, Cooke, John Joe Kenny, Niles, good switch from him, finding Walker-Peters. Walker-Peters in towards Solanke, a lot of contact into the back of Solanke, and well, it was Romagna just waving off the referee. Havili, strong play from the big striker. Goes back for Romagna, the man who was involved in that incident with Solanke just a couple of moments ago.
It's an interesting challenge, there's no doubt about it. Romagna's marking very closely.
Here it is, Dominic Solanke. First time we've seen him go forward into a little bit of space, and very good defending, Rolando Mandragora. Orsolini in a little bit of space out wide. The drive forward from Mattia Vitale. And they'll win inside another corner kick. Italians trying to finish the half strongly.
I think he was happy there, Vitale, that he actually won the corner kick. He looked a little gassed, but great breakaway from the Italian side. How about the skill from Mandragora? Initially winning possession in midfield, beautiful skill to break away. The side have won a corner.
Vitale again towards the near post. Wasn't the greatest delivery again. England struggling to defend that space. DeMarco from distance takes a deflection. And shades of last season's semi-final in the European Championships with DeMarco from distance.
Well, it's not a great strike from DeMarco. I think on his left foot he would have wanted to hit this one better. Almost fell perfectly right there for Orsolini. It takes the slightest of deflections off Romagna. England just almost stunned defensively.
A reminder, these sides battling to see who will face Venezuela in the World Cup final this Sunday, a match you can see on FS1. What a run from Venezuela. Rafael Dudamel moved to tears after their penalty kick victory over Uruguay earlier today. Niles, Lookman trying to open up, and well, the intention was to take on Scalera. It wasn't a very good first touch from the Everton man.
You know, he's the type of player that you get frustrated when you watch, because you know he has the ability, you know he's got that first touch, he can do better in situations like that, but you're just waiting for him to show you that bit of class that he does possess, and it happens to a lot of youngsters. If you have the ability and the pace or close control that Lookman has, still think he's got to show us all what he's all about.
Had that one breakout performance against Costa Rica with the 2 goals in the round of 16. Now we see Vitale, an easy call for the referee on the handball. And besides those 2 goals, Lookman, he's struggled to create in other games. Niles.
Look how difficult it is for England to break through. That's a good ball.
Walker-Peters, a little flick header, just wide. Solanke looking for that far post. The keeper was scrambling. And that gets the applause from Paul Simpson.
Well, that's better from England. If you can't break through by your passing, just put the ball into a danger zone. What a cross that is from Walker-Peters. Solanke does an excellent job. He's that extra body in the box. He creates an option. And he's not far away from nodding it into the far corner. And Calvert-Lewin also at that back post wasn't too far with making a connection either. Better stuff from England.
Andrea Zaccagna was scrambling across his line to get there. Luckily for him, it wasn't on target. Lookman under a little bit of pressure from Scalera. Mandragora under pressure from Solanke. He drives forward. Can he go for goal? Solanke from distance! Stings the palms of Andrea Zaccagna. Solanke has come alive.
Well, England are starting to come alive. They're actually going for it now instead of trying to play through this Italian defence. Not a bad effort at all from Solanke.
Only one thing in mind when he drove forward, that was to go to goal, and so much pace on the hit. The goalkeeper did well to just redirect it away from goal.
It was a fierce strike. Zaccagno, you have to give credit to Italy giving up possession through the determination from Dominic Solanke. He just fires the ball. It's moving away from the goalkeeper, makes it much more difficult to save. But that power and accuracy, not bad at all from Solanke. Almost finding the equaliser.
Kyle Walker-Peters. England looking for a late leveller here in this first half. Been a very entertaining match so far. Kyle Walker-Peters just taking a little bit too long on it. Mandragora wanted the handball, and the referee grants his wish.
Italy rather fortunate here. Good run forward from Walker-Peters. Concedes the handball in the end by going to ground. He thinks he's fouled, that's why he grabs the ball. Italy hanging on though. We have to give some credit to the Italian side. They've made it very difficult for England to find that breakthrough. Very difficult to find that easy opportunity or 100% chance in front of goal. Defensively well organised, playing counter-attacking soccer. Got their goal 2 minutes into the game. It doesn't matter when it comes. It was a fine strike, and that's the difference between the two sides.
Mandragora goes to ground as well to complete the pass. Scalera towards the far post. Strong run in by Giuseppe Panico. Was there contact with John Joe Kenny?
I think that's a foul at the back post. John Joe Kenny can't do much better than what he did there by heading the ball away from goal. It's excellent defender, and as soon as he makes contact, Panico in behind, I think the referee's got to give a foul.
I'm guessing John Joe Kenny would agree with you. No free kick given, so Italy still have it. And there is the half-time whistle. A very entertaining first 45 minutes. Riccardo Orsolini's goal in the second minute separating the sides. We're going to take a short break, but when we return, we'll have a first half recap from the Jeonju World Cup Stadium. Stay with us.
Our story begins more than 60 years ago inside an abandoned chicken coop where our founder discovered a retired teacher living. No home, no health care. So she said no to this injustice and yes to transforming lives. It's this drive, this compassion that inspired AARP. Today we empower people to choose how they live as they age. We advocate for health and financial security. We strengthen communities everywhere. We are AARP, creating real possibilities.
So you love your game? So does he. You say ain't nobody gonna work harder? He said the same thing. You get an hour of training in before the sun even comes up, plenty of early risers out there. You got the gear, they got the gear. You got a secret weapon, this dude doesn't need one. See, this isn't just a game of inches, this is a game of ounces. And the next ounce you give might just be the one the other guy doesn't. Gatorade, rehydrate, replenish, and refuel.
Hello Window Designs. They're tested from -40 to 140 degrees Fahrenheit and subjected to wind-driven rain. They're even engineered to stop hurricane debris from penetrating your home. All with distinctive style that goes beyond the ordinary. Pella Windows and Doors. Perfectly beautiful.
Dynamic performance so you can own the road. Track-tuned handling so you can conquer corners. Aggressive styling so you can break away from everyone else. Experience the exhilaration of the bold Lexus IS. Experience amazing.
USA versus Mexico, one of the epic soccer rivalries anywhere in the world today.
From a scorched strip of asphalt, listen
Feel the power. Power that pummels the senses with more than 10,000 horsepower, over 330 miles per hour. Be part of the action at the NHRA Summer Nationals this weekend at Raceway Park in Englishtown. Kids 12 and under are free.
Walter!
Stop suffering with hot AC. Cool it yourself with AC Pro. Just connect the hose, squeeze the trigger, and check the gauge. With 2 times the cooling boosters, enjoy the comfort of the #1 selling coldest air. Nothing cools like AC Pro. Now.
Bạn chất cô đơn với nỗi buồn, cô muốn cho nhưng không người nhận. Nếu như ngày xưa chúng ta yêu nhau để rồi bây giờ lìa than, thì chắc có lẽ sẽ không đau khổ. Yêu thương vụn vỡ thêm một lần nữa, rồi anh sẽ không níu tay em lại, để yêu thương ấy dần dần phôi phai. Chúc em ngày mai hạnh phúc bên ai, đừng giống như anh với em hiện tại.
1, 2, 3, go!
Nếu như ngày xưa chúng ta không yêu nhau để rồi bây giờ lìa tan, thì chắc có lẽ sẽ không đau khổ. Yêu thương vụn vỡ thêm một lần nữa, giờ anh sẽ không níu tay em lại, để yêu thương ấy dần dần phôi phai. Chúc em ngày mai hạnh phúc bên ai, đừng giống như anh với em hiện tại. Nếu như ngày xưa chúng ta không yêu nhau để rồi bây giờ lìa tan, thì chắc có lẽ sẽ không đau khổ. Yêu thương vụn vỡ thêm một lần nữa, rồi anh sẽ không níu tay em lại, để yêu thương ấy dần dần phôi phai. Chúc em ngày mai hạnh phúc bên ai, đừng giống như anh với em hiện tại. Nếu như ngày xưa chúng ta không
Làm sao khi anh đã yêu em nhiều như vậy, muốn kể bên em tôi mỗi giây tặng cho em. Là con gái cứ phải bận lòng đắn đo khi hẹn hò, làm thế nào để có thể bên nhau. Có lẽ cần một cái gật đầu xin cha mẹ về bên anh, để chẳng may đừng về chưa đông đã sẽ cố bàn tay chở che em này. Cái gật đầu dù chẳng sang giông chỉ cần được bên em, để sẽ chia và dù cho ai có lỗi sẽ là anh giữ chân em lại, để tìm được nhau bạn đâu dễ dàng. 3, 2, 1, go! Muốn kể bên em tôi mỗi giây lại ngại cho em. Là con gái cứ phải bận lòng đắn đo khi hẹn hò, làm thế nào để có thể bên nhau như đã hứa. Một cái gật đầu xin cha mẹ về bên anh, để chẳng may đừng về chưa đông đã sẽ cố bàn tay chở che em này. Cái gật đầu dù chẳng sang giông chỉ cần được bên em, để sẽ chia và dù cho ai có lỗi sẽ là anh giữ chân em lại, để tìm được nhau phải đâu dễ dàng. Có lẽ cần một cái gật đầu xin cha mẹ về bên anh, để chẳng may đừng về chưa đông đã sẽ có bàn tay chở che em này. Cái gật đầu dù chẳng sang giông nhưng chỉ cần được bên em, để sẽ chia và dù cho ai có lỗi sẽ là anh giữ chân em lại, để tìm được nhau phải đâu.
IDEA.
The rebel isn't supposed to walk in the company of legends. The rebel's too brash, too fearless, too loud. But sometimes the rebel turns up the volume so high, you'd swear it sounds like victory.
Ricky's ready. The U.S. Open on Fox and FS1. History awaits.
The 2017 Confederations Cup, which serves as a dress rehearsal for the next World Cup. The competition will feature a star-studded field. Chicharito and Mexico are set to represent CONCACAF. World champions Germany and Cristiano Ronaldo-led Portugal also amongst the participants, with every single match live on Fox Sports starting June 17th. Our focus right now is on the next generation of stars hoping to one day be involved in a Confederations or a major World Cup. Right now, Italians leading by a goal to nil after 45 minutes. And their star man, Riccardo Orsolini, with the goal. Rodrigo Evani on the sideline watching on. It will be the Italians tipping off to start the second half. Match referee Antonio Lahoz blows the whistle. The Italians attacking from right to left. They have the lead. What's the game plan for the Italians in the second half, Ian?
Well, the Italian side have actually done a great job of really slowing down England. I think they actually turn defensive and make sure that they shut up shop, make it difficult for England to break through. They've done so in the first 45 minutes. It limited the chances for the England side. I think that England themselves, with Paul Simpson, will be really disappointed with what he's seen in the first 45 minutes. His side are so talented, and to create so few chances, it's disappointing to see. I expect a lot more in a different England side in the second half.
Good run forward. Vitali onto his left foot, tries to go for goal. Well blocked from Carl Walker-Peters.
Could be the game plan right there. Breakaway soccer for the Italian side.
Alballoon trying to keep that ball in play. You saw Dowell just not play it forward. One of those players that really didn't have an impact in the first 45 minutes. On the other side of things, Ian, the game plan for England and Paul Simpson?
I think they've got to attack. You know, both fullbacks need to do a better job of getting forward and basically throwing caution to the wind. Sometimes they're guilty of trying to pass it too many times through this Italian defence, and it's difficult to do. The Italians are so well organised. You have to throw caution to the wind. Put some balls into the box, maybe go a little more direct. Try to get Calvert-Lewin, Solanke possession of the ball in the right areas in the field and create some chances.
Excellent football here. DeMarco finding the running of Giuseppe Panico, but it was good defending from Tomori. DeMarco has it back, but just cannot keep it in play.
You get the feeling up until this point in the game that something's not quite right with the English side. Something's missing. And hopefully in the dressing room they've sorted that out. I don't think Paul Simpson will be happy at all with what he's seen. But now you're watching an England side that's talented. They've got 45 minutes left on the clock to do some damage against a very good Italy side.
A couple of different forward options on the bench if he wants to go that route. Adam Armstrong, the most likely candidate, already has a goal in the competition. And here's Shea Ojo as well. Harry Chapman too. Still very early on in this game. Plenty of time left for England to get back into it. Only the centre-back driving forward. He's trying to take it upon himself. Has he left a gap for the Italians to counter into? Pavilli's been very strong in those situations.
Yeah, he really has been. He's been excellent for the Italian side. Look at his strength and ability to hold off, again, a very strong player, Maitland-Niles. That's great from Favilli.
Long ball played through, and the goalkeeping once again from Freddie Woodman, the Newcastle goalkeeper.
It's been a while since I've seen an England side so talented. A squad of players that look unified. They're together. There's a certain belief there. But it's almost as if they've got to this stage and the nerves have got the better of them in the first 45 minutes. This is a big second half coming up for both nations.
First semi-final at the World Cup stage since 1993. 2 decades of real issues in terms of even getting one victory in the competition. That changed. And this squad, who've been together by and large for the last 2 years together. Cooke. Miles just a little bit further forward instead. Cooke will go across to Clark Salter. Plays that ball through. Dowell allows it to run. John Joe Kenny with a chance to cross. Dowell left it for him with a very neat shimmy. But again, possession given away rather cheaply. And Favilli looking to lead the counter-attacking charge. Good defending, good cover from Fiacco Tomori.
What a great second half he's had so far, Tomori. He's been involved frequently defensively, a lot of contacts on the ball, but look how deep the Italian side are. In the second period again, they're happy to allow England possession of the ball and ask big questions of this England team. Are you good enough to break us down? So far, the answer is no.
Tomorrow could have played for Canada, could play for Nigeria as well, elected to play for England. Of course, that can change at a later stage when you get older. Cooke has had a lot of possession in the middle of midfield. And again, good holder play from Pavilli. Orsolini trying to get in behind Cooke, and Cooke does well. Orsolini initially had fouled Cooke, the referee trying to allow play to continue. Once he went for the ball again, that's when the referee's whistle was blown.
It's good refereeing. No doubt Orsolini was looking for options around him, didn't have it, had to go solo, giving up possession, then trying to cause the foul. It's amazing to watch this Italian team just sit back so deep in their own half, inviting this pressure. They're essentially playing big-time counter-attacking soccer.
Dal hasn't really been able to get involved on that right-hand side, and that was a reckless ball in behind.
He might be one of the first options to come off. He really hasn't done enough. Hasn't impacted the game. He had a good chance in the first half on his left foot. Just guided over the top of the crossbar when the ball was fired into him from Luke, man. And outside of that, his quality in that final third has just not been there.
Goal kick from Andrea Zaccano. Pavilli again goes down theatrically. He wanted a free kick, and referee was very well positioned. Still in conversation with the big Italian striker. Pessina. Panico. Good approach play on this left-hand side. Back for Pessina. Curl towards the far post, looking for Orsolini. We've seen him score a header already in this year's competition, making that kind of run, but good defending from Walker Peters.
Better from Italy. More creation, going direct. Good ball from Pessina. I expected Orsolini to attack at the back post. It's a simple clearance from Walker Peters.
Throw in towards the near post, and Walker Peters again clearing the danger. Solanke showing his strength. Gets around one defender. A bit of space for Dominic Solanke.
It's an option.
Still he goes. Still Solanke goes for goal himself, and that one just wide. Well, you mentioned needing an option. He didn't have one, and almost produced one of the goals of the tournament.
What a run this is from Solanke. Individual brilliance to win possession and break forward. He's off balance, under pressure, looking for his option. It's not quite there, so why not go solo? And as he's losing his balance, he pulls that left-footed trigger, and it is not far away.
Paul Simpson had the exact same expression on his face that you did when that went just wide. That's how close it was.
Very, very close. What a breakaway it was. I was expecting him to just lift his head up and play that simple pass into the run. It didn't happen. He's got other ideas, and you can see why everyone's talking about the talent of this kid. Great presence on the field, great ability, good strength. He's got it all.
Expected to cost Liverpool £3 million after signing him, and if he can make the breakthrough, that will prove to be a bargain signing.
It looks to me like he has all the tools. He has the whole thing. But making that jump to the top level is never easy. But a player like him, who's got confidence, got the ability, already with all the talk behind him, could be a difference maker.
This is going to be one of his teammates. Shea Ojo is going to come on, and you just mentioned it, he was going to be a candidate to come off. Kieran Dowell is replaced. Struggled today.
He really did struggle today, and I'm not surprised to see the substitution taking place right now. Ojo comes on. He's a very, very exciting player to have. He wants the ball to his feet as much as possible. England need to try and find that magic maker. Ojo could be the man.
I spoke to some of the Liverpool academy staff last year about Shea Ojo. They said they wanted him to be more physical and utilise that pace that he has. We'll see if he can here in this second half. Peters towards the far post. Ojo in position. Ojo with the shot, and takes a deflection. And almost an immediate impact from the substitute.
Great defending. Copolaro it was who closed down quickly. I think Ojo is rather surprised that the ball found its way to him at the back post. He initially makes the header and it bounces back in favour of him, but he's closed down so quickly. Copolaro turns his back and makes the vital contact away from danger.
Short corner, Ojo. He can be an unpredictable player when he's in possession. And that can be both a good and a bad thing, I guess. Has had a couple of loan spells away from Liverpool, Wigan and Wolverhampton Wanderers. Hampered with injuries last year, and that stopped him really making a push to be a more regular first team player. Niles, Ojo picking up that inside right channel position. Now he's pointing exactly where he wants the ball played for John Joe Kenny. Instead it goes the other way for Lookman. Paddy Lookman does well. Lookman still has it. Gets in behind. Tries to get the cross in. Solanke just behind him. John Joe Kenny. Good entry pass from Kenny. Calvert-Lewin. Kenny with the effort. Just wide. England starting to apply some very good pressure.
Much better. They get the applause from Paul Simpson, and rightfully so. This is great stuff from England. In and around that penalty area. What a pass this is from Kenny. He follows up his run. This time Calvert-Lewin does an excellent job holding up possession. Good layoff, and it's not far away at all from finding that far corner. Zaccagno in the Italian goal was taking no chances. He was down there. Looked like he might have had it covered. A great run forward from John Joe Kenny again.
2 appearances total for the full team at Everton. John Joe Kenny. Difficult situation because he is a very good right back, but they do have Seamus Coleman, one of the best right backs in the Premier League.
I can guarantee you that this kid will make his name in the Premier League and will be one of the most consistent players and performers in the Premier League. He is that good. You can see he has all the attributes, but mentally he is tuned in. I have absolutely loved watching him play.
England coming forward again. Solanke drifting out to that left side. Walker-Peters. Excellent energy to begin this second half from the English, but now the Italians, as we've seen from the full national team so many times, looking to counter. Wonderful skill from Orsolini. And then he gives possession away to Clark Salter. Ojo. Kenny, again a good entry pass. Calvert-Lewin goes down, and this is going to be a free kick in a very good position for the English side.
Well, finally we're starting to see Calvert-Lewin playing a real big role in this game. That is a foul. Great pass again from Kenny into his position. This is a dangerous foul to concede for the Italians.
Shea Ojo immediately over to it. Very confident young player, Ojo. He alongside Niles. And we have a right-footed and a left-footed option. Tamori's up from the back, as is Jay Clark Salter. Niles with the little touch. Ojo comes inside on his left foot. Called towards the far post. That one goes just wide.
Well, this is not far away at all. I actually think this one strikes the post. Very close indeed. Italy too slow to close down. Good strike. It's not far away, and it just clips the outside of that post. There's the confidence you were just talking about a moment ago, Keith. Not frightened to pull the trigger. Not far away at all from finding the back of the net. What an impact he's having.
And it wasn't about power. It was just looking for precision into that far post. And the eagle-eyed Ian Joyce spotted that. It came off the outside of the post. The closest England have come, but they're starting to knock on the Italian defensive door here. They come forward again. Solanke. Niles. Niles again. It opens up. Ojo quickly plays it out wide for John Joe Kenny. Curl delivery towards the far post. Solanke gets to it. Will it fall for Ojo? Good defensive play from Copolaro.
What a great game this is. Fantastic matchup. Italy really pinned back. And England doing everything they possibly can in the second half. Paul Simpson will be delighted with the answer from his side. They're playing better stuff going forward. They're creating, they look dangerous. Ojo's come on and he's had a real impact. I still think the main man that England need to play through is Solanke. He's doing an excellent job of getting forward in support of Calvert-Lewin. England are making it interesting in the second half.
A reminder, the final coming up Sunday, 5:50 a.m. Eastern on FS1. Venezuela will be there. Which one of these sides will be joining them? Italians with that goal advantage, but England have shown their quality in this second half. An Italian side that has conceded 6 goals already in the competition, but so far they've just about managed to hold the English off.
I just wonder how much longer Italy can hold on for, Keith. They look very tired. Let's not forget that they were taken all the way to 120 in the last round. This will be a real big ask for them to hold on for the full 90 minutes. At some point, Italy have to be careful themselves. They've got to go forward. They can't sit back and invite too much pressure. Otherwise, England will find that breakthrough. They're getting closer.
That game against Zambia, one of the games of the tournament as well. Lukman finding Ojo. Again it opens up for Ojo. On his left foot! Wonderful save from the goalkeeper. Andrea Zaccano had to get down quickly. Makes a save with his foot. Far post Kenny. And once again it's the substitute Ojo carving the Italians open.
Well, you're put on to make a difference. How about this for an impact? Great first touch. This one right here to take away from that last defender is so important, but it's a little too close to Zaccano. And credit to the goalkeeper, he's still got to make the save. He goes down with his right foot to clear the danger. He looks very composed in between the Italian sticks, the goalkeeper. Confident lad.
He's actually behind an Englishman at Torino. Joe Hart, of course, starting there this season. Went on loan to Pro Vercelli. 28 saves, the most at the U20 World Cup. He's been well worked, the Italian number 1.
It's been a great second half. England are really going for it. Italy holding on, but also on the counter-attack. I still think that this Italian side can be really dangerous.
Looking towards the final, if one of these sides did go on, would they be the favourites over Venezuela?
I really don't think so. I think what Venezuela have showed in this tournament has blown everybody away. I think everyone's surprised with the talent they've got, with the squad depth, with their coaching ability, and they've invested. Obviously you can see the coaches there from the full national team with this team to have an impact, and they have made one of the biggest impacts in this tournament I've ever seen. England are very good, very dangerous. Italy can score goals, can defend. It'll be a great final, whoever makes it there.
Favilli's gone down, and again theatrically, and this time the referee is going to agree that he was caught. And the host points to Favilli, points to John Joe Kenny, and then produces the yellow card.
No real argument from John Joe Kenny at all. He was happy to pick up that yellow card. Favilli went to ground again. Here's the challenge. It's rather late from Kenny. That's a close one. You have a look at that last replay right there. John Joe Kenny goes with his studs up, but makes contact with the ball. Not much contact on the player. I think the referee deems it as a dangerous challenge.
He's an Everton fullback. You might get away with that one in the Merseyside derby, but not here at the U20 World Cup. Favilli again, good holder play. Mandragora. Orsolini trying to just corral it in on that sweet left foot of his.
He's got a difficult job, Orsolini. Sitting out on that right-hand side, he's been starved of possession. He had a great chance, obviously, for the opening goal and took it. Since then, we haven't really seen too much from him. For such a talented player, I think he's pretty frustrated playing in this Italian team.
Niles. Reminder, he came in to replace Josh Onuma, the Tottenham midfielder, suspended for today's matchup. Both teams missing a player through suspension. Giuseppe Pizzella on the other side. Calvert-Lewin. John Joe Kenny. And just trying to open up and get a little bit of space to get his cross, and that's just about the best outcome he could have hoped for with 3 Italian defenders around him.
What a great job. he is doing on this right-hand side for England, John Joe Kenny. I love watching him play. He's not your typical fullback. His determination is terrific.
That one's going to come off. Giuseppe Panico. Kenny goes for Ojo. Ojo back for Kenny. These two have more quite the understanding since Ojo has come on.
Look how deep the Italian team are. Sitting back on the top of their box. Defensively, they're far too deep. They have to push out.
Shea Ojo again looking to go out to defence. Good cross, and Zaccagno with the hand, and England have the leveller. And it's the man who's looked most likely, Dominic Solanke, who strikes 1-1.
That's a big-time impact from Shea Ojo. Full credit. He's come onto the field and he's made a big difference. This is a difficult cross for the goalkeeper Zaccagno to come out and claim. And he doesn't do enough, the goalkeeper. He pushes it back into a danger zone. Beautiful cross in between the defence and keeper. And he doesn't get a strong enough arm to push that away from danger. He pushes it right into the path of one of the most dangerous players in the tournament. And that is Dominic Solanke. He does not need a second opportunity to punish. Great goal.
Well, they hope they'll be combining at club level next season. They combine at international level, and you have to say, on the balance of play, England fully deserving of the leveller as well.
The impact they've had in the second half, Keith, has been quite astounding. Paul Simpson, I'm sure, shared a few words at half-time in that dressing room because his team have been inspired in the second half. It's made it an excellent second half because Italy now have conceded that goal. They're going to have to play, otherwise they're going to lose this game.
Niles trying to play that ball out wide for John Joe Kenny.
It'll be interesting to see what England's game plan will be now. Nice touch right there. Beautiful from Tomori. I just wonder tactically what will Paul Simpson do. I can't imagine him changing it too much now because he's got Italy pinned back inside their own half and their team's playing some great stuff now.
On the other side, Alberigo Avani, what will he do? Because his team looked like they were starting to just sit back and try hope to hold on to that one-goal lead. And now defending again, Ojo, very good link-up play. Calvert-Lewin in behind. Calvert-Lewin gets it across. England absolutely tearing the Italians apart on this left-hand side.
Great skill and ability. Good ball. Goalkeeper Zaccagno beaten. This is great from Kenny. That lovely little touch right there. Calvert-Lewin's having an excellent second half. Watch this for defending right there. That is absolutely top drawer from Romagna. He's on serious pressure and just deals with it.
The Italian left absolutely decimated on the last couple of occasions. DeMarco has been left wanting defensively.
But look at their body language, Keith. The Italian side look very tired. Mentally, when you get to this later stages of the tournament, you have to be tuned in. You know that you've played 120 minutes in the previous round. Tired legs, it doesn't matter. You're in the semi-final of the World Cup. You have to go for it. You've got to give 100%. This Italian team's looking a little tired at the moment.
England, the only side in the semi-finals who haven't gone into extra time yet. Certainly have found that adrenaline rush in the second half, that leveller, and now they're pushing to go ahead. Goal's going to go against Lukeman.
I can't believe the referee gave this against Lukeman. I don't think Adi Lukeman can believe it either.
I will say as well, Liam, the referee looks like we may be seeing a substitution. Ilione is going to come on. Panico coming off, and again I mentioned the Italian left-hand side. This may be a substitution to help defensively in front of DeMarco as well as anything else.
Well, I think they've got to be careful, Italy. They really have put themselves into a difficult position if they continue to try and defend for the full 90 minutes. They're going to lose this game. They have to come out of their shell and really go for it on this left-hand side. You'll see him come on and make a difference. He's a good player, 1v1 situations, not frightened to run at players.
Walker-Peters. Lukeman, Ojo just inside of him. Ojo goes for Cooke. Cooke will again go to the feet of Shea Ojo. Shea Ojo in his brief time in the field is maybe making that final 11 in the final game a little bit more interesting for Paul Simpson if England do manage to turn this around and move on to face Venezuela. That's how big an impact he's had.
Well, he's had more touches on the ball than we did see from Dahl in the whole 60 minutes he was on the field.
Here he has it again. Again he goes at, this time Mandragora. Lukeman. Cool delivery from Lukeman, easily defended on that near post. A final ball once again wanting from Lukeman. Cooke. John Joe Kenny. Kenny with the left-footed delivery towards the far post. Two inside the area. Walker-Peters does very well. The fullback forward tries to go for goal. It takes a deflection and goes over. But it was excellent play from Walker-Peters to regain possession, and then he tried to go for goal.
Well, Orsolini is rather fortunate at the back post. He takes his eye off the ball for a split second and then invites Walker-Peters right here to nip it in front. Right here. That is beautiful play. Orsolini's surprised. He doesn't even know he's there. And why not go solo when you've won the ball back? He's got one thought in his mind, that's to go for that far corner. It looks like it might have been drifting wide. Romagna taking no chances.
Niles with a little flick back, cold effort again. Well, it was a leaning back, Carl Walker-Peters. More adventurous in the second half with his movement forward.
There's nothing wrong with this at all from England. There's a real belief in their side in the second period. They can go out and create chances against Italy. As I mentioned before, Italy starting to look more and more tired.
England more of the chances. There you see 14-8 they lead in terms of shots. Most of those coming in a rampant second half. Calvert-Lewin, he's a big powerful figure, the Everton striker.
He's done well in the second half. You've got to give him some credit. He's held up possession. He's invited his midfielders to get forward, especially Ojo since he's come onto the field. He's linked up very well with Calvert-Lewin. Solanke does a great job though. He plays in that number 10 role. Not frightened to ghost in and support his striker up top. Got a good presence on the field.
Lukeman trying to get in behind Scalera again. Scalera does well. As you mentioned before, that's been a fascinating battle. Two very talented young players. Favilli. Tamori will go back to Freddie Woodman, the goalkeeper. And you like to see that from Woodman. Cool, calm and collected, just playing that entry pass into midfield.
Well, he hasn't been tested at all in the second half. Freddie Woodman. But I think he's still going to have to be on his toes because you can never ever rule out the Italians. Even though things look good for England right now, the momentum is swung in their favour. They're looking more dangerous and possibly the most likely to find the second goal.
Ojo, another good ball forward. Kenny continuing his run, trying to keep it in play. Looked like it might have come off Kenny last.
I think this will be close. I think he does a great job here, Kenny, getting forward. He really does. He might just have won this corner kick, and I give him some credit for that, Keith. He's got forward frequently in the second period, and his team look very dangerous now.
He has won the corner kick. Shea Ojo will take it. On as a substitute, it was his cross that led to the goal from Dominic Solanke. He goes short here with Lukeman. Lukeman trying to create the angle for a cross himself. Good little link-up play with Niles, and it was a timely interception coming back in from Giglione, their substitute.
It's good defending. Giglione reads the situation. Great skill from Lukeman. I was expecting him to just cut the ball back to Ojo, who was in a better position on his left foot. Great skill. He's slightly caught in an offside position right there. But great ability though, you've got to give credit. Giglione doesn't give up on it. Good defending regardless.
Don't see this too often. Coppola taking the goal kicks for Zaccagno. I don't know whether that's an injury or just an issue with his distance on his goal kicks. Federico De Marco hasn't been able to get forward as he would like so far, the fullback. Pessina, strong play initially, but Niles has it back. Lookman. Good skill from Lookman. Still Lookman. Lovely little nutmeg as well. Gets beyond Mattia Vitale. Ojo trying to play that ball in for Kenny. It was an ambitious ball. The confidence England are showing when they go forward.
Oh, he's pulled it back out, the referee. He sensed that Favilli did everything he possibly could to keep possession of the ball. He was clearly fouled. Managed to knock the ball forward to his own teammate, but the referee didn't see an advantage and brought it back. That's well played by the referee. What a game. Very close matchup now. England are really going for it.
Lookman again putting pressure on Scalera. He has it, and he's promptly fouled by the fullback.
Well, he's starting to really turn it on now, Adi Lookman. He wants the ball as much as he possibly can to run at this Italian defence. Drawing in the foul right there from Scalera. Very close to conceding that yellow card. He should have probably picked up one now.
Jonjoe Kenny, an ever-willing option in possession. Ojo wants to take on DeMarco again. Cuts inside too. Still has it. Still has it. Eventually goes back for Jonjoe Kenny. Kenny for Lookman. Excuse me, it's Walker Peters now in possession. Lewis Cooke trying to drive forward. Cooke finding Ojo in this right wing channel. Again a lovely cross towards that far post. It falls kindly, and England, after going 1-0 down, lead by 2-1, and it's Adi Lookman with the finish. Incredible turnaround.
Well, just when you want a player to come on and have an impact, how about this from Ojo? He has completely turned this game around for England. What a cross on the right-hand side. With his weaker side, his right foot he's gone with, and he's put in an inch-perfect cross. Yes, the ball fell kindly to Lookman, but it doesn't matter. The magic still has to happen. You can see the pure delight on Adi Lookman's face. What about this for a delivery? That is absolutely fantastic. Calvert-Lewin causing problems at the back post, and right there it falls so kindly to Adi Lookman, who in the second half has improved his game and deserves that opportunity. What a finish it is. An important goal for England. Goalkeepers get no chance. 2-1.
Liverpool to Everton. It was a goal made on Merseyside, but it's celebrated all around England. Paul Simpson and his men have showed tremendous character in this second half, and they are now a little over 12 minutes away from securing a spot in the World Cup final. How will the Italians respond?
Well, they have to start attacking now. Italy, they haven't done enough in the second half. They've sat back and invited pressure, and it's not been good enough from them. They look tired. They've got 13 minutes left to have an impact on this game and try and get level.
Luca Vito is going to come on, and he played a big part in the last match as well. The extra time winner against Zambia. Could have been sent off in that match as well, in fact.
Probably should have been sent off in that matchup.
I was trying to be nice about it.
He is an impact player, and I think he can come on and will be probably a difference maker for Italy, because they need to start attacking. Having that outlet up front in support of Favilli is going to be important for Italy, but I still think there's more goals in there for England if they continue their attack. They've been excellent in the second half.
Lookman now finding Calvert-Lewin. Again, just trying to hold possession up. It's gone out of play.
I guess the big question right now is, what does Paul Simpson do? Does he change it? Things have been going so well for his side since Ojo came onto the field. They've been a fantastic team to watch, and completely different outlook. Now, does he change it? Does he keep it the way it is and try to see out the game? Does he go more defensive? Not an easy decision for Paul Simpson.
Girondel hasn't had a bad tournament, but Ojo just came on with that little bit of an air of confidence.
He's changed the game, Keith. Ojo came on, not frightened to run at defenders, and that's exactly what you need to do against a defensive-minded, tactically well-organised Italian team. you've got to cause them problems, and Dowell just wasn't getting the job done. I think Ojo right now with his performance today, and many other players who come onto the field or even the starting 11 today have all been playing for their place in the final if England are to get there.
A reminder, the winner will face Venezuela in the final, 5:50 AM Eastern on FS1, and Ojo again showing his pace and strength.
Top draw stuff. What a difference he's made on this right hand side. He's linking up well with John Joe Kenny, but pure confidence from Ojo. Fun to watch.
John Joe Kenny finding the feet of Ojo, put under a little bit of pressure this time. It was good defensive play from Matteo Pessina. Di Marco, Luca Vito just drifting into that channel underneath Andrea Favilli. Right now he's the match winner.
Well, here it is again. He gets a little fortunate. Adi Lukman at the back post. Full credit to Calvert-Lewin. He causes problems as well. And sometimes you create your own luck. That battle all day long against Galera has been there for all to see, but in the second half he has got the better of this Italian defence. It's a nice finish as well.
Had the presence of mind to knock it into the ground as the goalkeeper came out to make that gap that little bit smaller.
You know, the only reason they're in that position in the first place is because of the cross. The cross was just inch perfect. It invited Calvert-Lewin to go up, cause problems. As a big player, as a big striker, he's been lacked or starved of opportunities in front of goal. Ojo's come on, left foot crosses, right foot crosses, it didn't matter. That one right there on his right foot, inch perfect, causing problems at the back post, and England get a little fortunate. Great goal.
Well, England's best ever finish was third place in 1993 in this competition. If this scoreline holds, they'll beat that this year. Still plenty of work to do. Favilli trying to get in behind. Strong play from Tomori.
Good defending, Tomori. He's been very good in the second half for England. With the ball at his feet, good. Defensively, positionally, excellent.
Couple of first team appearances for Chelsea, Tomori. No mean feat for a young player at a club that has so much talent at its disposal. Niles, a little bit of space to break now for Lukman, and just a little bit too much on it from Niles, the Arsenal midfielder.
Well, this is where England need to stay concentrated. They can't afford to just switch off and give up simple possession. Yes, there will come pressure from Italy. It's inevitable. England need to be smart if they want to see this game out. Keep possession of the ball and frustrate the Italian team.
Worth noting, the Italians were 2-1 down very late on against Zambia in the last round as well. And then up stepped Federico Di Marco. England know all about him. Luca Vito, I said he could have been sent off in the last match. He's going to pick up a yellow card in this one.
This is a silly decision from the referee. Vito is simply trying to pick the player up to speed the game up. Here's the challenge. He doesn't pick up the yellow card for this challenge. That's not what he picks up the yellow card for. He actually picks it for trying to pick the player up and get the game going. Right here, look. I mean, I can understand why he would want the game to be moved a lot quicker. The referee having none of it.
Rolando Mandragora and the referee's notebook as well.
Well, that one's for dissent. He's not happy with the decision either.
A little bit more applied pressure here from the Italians, Vito. Woodman. It wasn't convincing from the goalkeeper. And Vito goes out and gets the ball and places it for the goal kick to be taken by Freddie Woodman.
England looking a little nervous. Poor decision defensively right there from Clark Salter. Freddie Woodman getting fortunate as well with his clearance. This will be a real big question mark now about England. Can they get the job done? Can they close out this game? It will tell us a lot about their team.
Amazing the ebbs and flows of a game, particularly a semi-final. England, so much pressure. They have the lead, and now they're trying to hold on to what they have. Vito Mandragora. Girone. Pavilli, Girone, the substitute. Can he keep it in play? Gets his cross in. Good handling from Freddie Woodman.
Yeah, excellent goalkeeping this time around, but great run on the left-hand side. Gilone's come onto the field. Really found it difficult to have an impact. This time he does get forward. The ball's played slightly too hard for him to really have an impact there.
A lot like Panico, much to the credit of John Joe Kenny, who's forced the winger for Italy to be back defending for most of the match. We've often heard about the style of play that England can play at this level. Today they've tried to play out of the back, they've kept possession, and they've taken a couple of very good chances as well.
Well, dare I say it, there's more to come from this England team. They're very good on paper, the names are there for all to see. The reputation is there, we've all heard about these players. Now we're actually getting to see them play and perform at the highest level. It doesn't come much bigger than the World Cup, but I still think there's more to come. Second half, we're starting to see exactly what they're all about.
Lukeman goes down and Giuseppe Scalera looks across to the referee as if to say, I didn't really do anything. Perhaps a little bit of time wasting here. Maybe young players, but they know how to waste time at the end of games.
It's called game management, Keith Costigan. Slow the game down, try to frustrate the Italian team, and that's exactly what Adi Lukeman's doing.
Although on second look, there was some contact on the ankle of Adi Lukeman.
It doesn't matter. He's looking to slow the game down. Any excuse he's got to do so, he'll take it.
We're going to see one last change here for the Italians. Scalera's going to come off. Bafulco's going to come on. Alfredo Bafulco can play as a forward or a midfielder. Napoli, he's been on loan at Rimini and Carpi as well. Lukman Solanke goes down. He couldn't just hold on to that one. Lukman. Ojo again providing with. England happy to go all the way back to the goalkeeper. Woodman a little bit quicker to go long on this occasion. Solanke again trying to utilise his strength. Niles. Lewis Cook, who has been non-stop with his running in midfield. Inside for Solanke, goes for goal, and that will seal it. Solanke's second of the match, England's third, and a stunning second 45 minutes means England are going to go on to the World Cup final.
What a performance. What a fantastic second half this has been from England. Such a joy to watch, and so is this man right here, Dominic Solanke. If you don't shoot, you will not score. It will go down as a goalkeeping error from Sagagno, but great ability again. Solanke picks up possession. He's got one thought in his mind, and that's to test the goalkeeper. He gets fortunate with that little bounce that makes it much more difficult for Sagagno. Regardless, he's got to make that save. He doesn't. It goes in the back of the net, and England celebrates in style.
2 for him. And you mentioned the goalkeeper really should do better. Don't think Paul Simpson's complaining about that too much. His side, a lot of possession early on. He made a couple of key changes, and the response has been magnificent.
What a great second half. You can see that there is a real belief about this England team.
You also told me Venezuela are the favourites in the final.
Yeah, I mean, Venezuela for me are the best team in the tournament, but I still think potential-wise, England could be and probably should be favourites going into that tournament because they've got so much experience. I think it'll be a great final now. If you look at England, the way they like to play, the way they like to attack, Venezuela, how dangerous they can be, set plays, corner kicks, obviously how quick they are, creativity. It's going to be a great final.
And if you're Paul Simpson, not just the response to go 2-0, but how his side have seen it out over the course of the last 10 minutes.
You know what, I give him credit, Keith, because we mentioned it 10-15 minutes ago. What does Paul Simpson do now tactically? Should he change it, should he not? He hasn't done a thing. He's been happy with the way it's gone. And full credit for the substitution from Ojo, because that was the difference maker right there.
I wonder will he force his way into that starting 11?
I think it's
He's
very
made a case.
difficult to leave him out now after the performance he's put in. Terrific.
They'll also have Onoma coming back from suspension as well, so potentially England at full strength. There is Ojo skipping away from 2 challenges.
Wonderful.
Skipping away from another challenge.
It's great to watch. Well, this is the England team that I expected to show up for the full 90 minutes. They didn't do it in the first 45 minutes. If they put that type of performance against Venezuela, they could lose the final. But in the second half, what they've done has been fantastic to watch. Italy have been so well organised defensively. It was going to take something special to break them down. We've witnessed it in the second half from England. Terrific performance.
We'll have a minimum of 3 additional minutes in this second half. The body language of the Italians tells you everything you need to know. They've been beaten by the better side in this second half. Zaccagni, the goalkeeper, trying to play it forward quickly. DiMarco, the match winner when these sides met last year in Germany, unable to get going forward.
I just don't think Italy have shown enough, Keith. Defensively, they tried to go on a tactical formation that was to frustrate England. They did that for 45 minutes, but it was always going to be difficult to keep it up for the full 90.
Calvert-Lewin's in behind, maybe a chance to make it 4. Good block from Romagna. He still has it, still trying to turn. Solanke coming forward as well. Calvert-Lewin might have been better served to just link with one of his teammates.
Yep, no doubt about it. That would have been a better option. Solanke giving him a good option on the right-hand side. Calvert-Lewin trying to go solo. What a great final it's going to be. Venezuela have really impressed me. England have over-impressed me. It's been terrific to watch both of these teams play. Italy not giving up here, though. They're trying.
Orsolini coming in on that left foot. Since the goal, we've seen very little of the new Juventus signing. Undoubtedly, though, he's going to have a wonderful career from what we've seen in this competition. Currently the top goal scorer. Solanke now at his 2 goals today, just moving into 1 behind him. We're going to see a change laid on here for the English. Konsa's going to come on, and Adi Lukman, who got that all-important second goal, is going to come off. How would you assess his performance?
Very good second half. Not enough in the first half. I think he was frustrated. Scalera put out a terrific first half performance. But Adi Lukman turned it on in the second period. He wanted the ball. He was causing problems. His final product was a much better product than it was in the first half, or even against Mexico, for that matter. Good performance all around.
Esve Konsa, former teammate of Lukman at Charlton Athletic. Lukman moving on to Everton, and Konsa, by all accounts, will be following him to the Premier League, if you read the reports in the English press. An academy that's produced a number of talented players over the last couple of seasons. Paul Simpson, the former Oxford winger, watching on. This is the goal that sealed it.
What a job he's done, Paul Simpson. Brilliant job. There is a real team spirit in amongst this England camp.
We've had the minimum of 3 additional. It's now at the discretion of the referee. Mondragora, DiMarco. DiMarco. Strong challenge from the Hiles. And there is the final whistle. The Italians leading at the break. England came storming back. 3 second half goals. And for the very first time at the U20 level, they are moving on to the World Cup final. Enjoy, what a performance.
Terrific performance in the second half, Keith. Thoroughly enjoyable match throughout. Italy played well in the first 45 minutes. They got a great goal 2 minutes into the game, but it wasn't enough. They didn't show enough going forward. They invited far too much pressure for England to dominate in possession, and then England started to create in the second period. Credit has to go to Paul Simpson. What he said in the dressing room at half-time, but also the change for Ojo coming onto the field and making a real difference to this England team. It will be a terrific final, something to look forward to.
For the Italians, they showed their character in the last match against Zambia. This was just maybe one game too far for them in the competition, but still plenty of talented players on their side as well.
Yeah, Italy have done a great job in this tournament. They really have. And I think they deserve a lot of credit for getting to this stage. But today they looked really tired. Defensively, they were well organised for 45 minutes, but it was always going to be difficult to continue that for 90. And I think they just ran out of gas in the end. And England, their quality shone through.
It really did in that second half. 3 goals. Could have been more as well. They had a number of chances. And Paul Simpson, no wonder he has that smile on his face. A big moment for him. And the whole country will be celebrating this performance. Well, here we see the bracket, and that's what it means. They'll face Venezuela, who were equally impressive to get to this stage.
It's brilliant. When you look at the brackets, there has been so many surprises throughout this tournament, but to get to these two of the most exciting teams and surprise factors in this tournament, we didn't expect this final, we got it. I think it's going to be a brilliant one.
Well, you're going to stay with us this Sunday, I hope. Third place match, Uruguay taking on Italy, 2:20 a.m. Eastern on FS1. The final, Venezuela and England, 5:50 a.m. Eastern. We're going to take a short break. Make sure you stay with us. We'll be back to recap all of today's action.
Right now, switch to unlimited and get an awesome iPhone 7. Go switch to Sprint, now.
Who's he talking to?
I don't know, but you heard the man.
Wait.
Get Sprint